All right, what is up, everyone? It's your boy, Sexy Alexi, and we got EF Anthony in the podcast. How you doing,
What
man?
it do?
What it do? What it do? All right, no, we're not gonna go. Oh, ghetto. I mean, we could, but never mind. That's that. I'm just gonna shut
Uh
up.
huh.
I'm just gonna shut up. I'm just gonna shut up. But
You do
how?
us all a favor.
All right, how's it go? How's everyone doing? How you doing, man?
Not too bad. How about yourself, Alexi?
Right here, anticipating the grand finale. I've been watching another season actually, the Redemption Island. I don't know. It's actually what's called. I think it's season 24 though, with Ozzy and Coach. Because I didn't really personally. I'm gonna be honest. I wasn't really a fan of this episode 13. So we're not gonna go really in depth into it. We're just gonna talk a little bit about it. Uh, because it looks like they're really hyping up the finale, which should be really crazy. But yeah. I mean, what did you think about the? We'll start with that. With the with show, it's mostly we're gonna. It's anticipation for the season finale.
Finale.
Yeah, it's more of a preview for the finale. But yeah, Jeremy was voted out. So was Nick. I know you were a Jeremy fanboy.
Yeah, I was rooting for my boy Jared, but unfortunately, he was too big a threat. So
Yeah, I mean, yeah, he's just a
he
likable guy, right?
he's so likable, and you got to bring people to the end that you can beat. And realistically, if he was at the end, he would be getting votes.
Yeah. He seems like he's a likable guy, and so I think I think a lot of them realize that. I think Tony realized that, and Tony was like, you know what, we got to switch this bone from Ben because at that tribal, I mean, at that immunity challenge, Nick won it. So because he won it, there's no he was gonna be the next one to go. So now the
Yeah,
target
he's
has
supposed to be.
yeah, he was supposed to because he was like a sneaky little bastard. That's what they were saying. That's how they called him right in the show. I don't know if they did or not. I'm pretty sure they did because if not, it's gonna look bad. Anyways, um, you guys know what we mean. He's playing like that little bit like a jumping ship, um, kind of like sneaky play. But yeah, Jeremy got voted out. Um, I don't know if at that moment Michelle could have given him the idol,
Yeah, she could have.
and
But the problem was,
and he
did
he
Michelle get votes?
he gave it
She got.
and he gave it back to her. Yeah. Oh,
Yeah, he did.
yeah, and
She did. She got two of them though. He got three.
oh no, she played it for herself
Yeah, she played it for
because
herself
she thought
instead
that
of playing it for Jeremy.
yeah, she thought Jeremy was gonna stay in the game, and she was gonna play, so she played it wrong, and she flipped it, and I don't know. I was looking at the yeah, you're right. I was looking at the kind of little deviating from the topic, but I was looking at people's reaction when she flipped it. It was like a half flipped, and people were saying that maybe some analysts were saying that maybe Jeff should have been the one flipping it because it was like kind of a half flip, kind of like she just kind of
Yeah.
like it was not full, but I don't think that's something to debate too much about. I mean, it was just
No.
played incorrectly, and then it was up to fate, right? I
Yeah, I
mean,
mean it's a 50-50 chance. It's kind of irrelevant how she throws it.
yeah, it is and it isn't because if you throw it like if the way that if she practiced that throw, you can perfect it, but we won't get into it that much. It's not really that important. She misplayed it, so Jeremy got sent home, and it was supposed to be Ben Tony again with the scramble at the final scramble, like right before tribal council, if I recall right, if I recall correctly,
Yeah.
which is a great strat. Which is he's just like hyping it up, like basically like these like winner edits. I don't know if they're deviating from the winner edits, like making it obvious who's going to be the winner. They probably are. I haven't really watched season 39. I mean, I watched 38. I watched 37. So, but it seems like they never like really hide it, right?
Yeah, for the most part, I would say they don't.
Yeah, but it's very difficult in this season because you don't know what's gonna happen. So I mean, everybody thinks if Tony makes it to the end, he wins, but we'll see. But he made a great move. I think I don't think you think it's a great move because he wanted Jeremy to win, but he's just Jeremy's gonna get more votes at the end, and
And not to tread too much on this topic because this episode was a little bit underwhelming, but we see Denise at that well with, I believe, Ben and Sarah, right?
right, that was the next vote where
Where
Nick
it was Nick instead.
Nick yeah with Nick yeah, and yeah and go ahead.
And she kind of orchestrated this plot to get Tony out. So it's not like people don't see him as a threat, but they're not exactly seizing the opportunity. And Denise is trying, like she does want to get him out of there, but does he win immunity next challenge?
Yeah, because you need the numbers, and if you stir like she probably knows that at that point, like if she stirs anything, like at 6, that she can be very well be going. So maybe she just wants to, like when the numbers are dwindled down to 5, which they were at the time. Now she can make her move.
Yeah.
So yeah, she
So
she
she's making her resume. Like she's trying, she took out the queen. She wants to get rid of Tony. But yeah, I mean, I think she also received votes at tribal as well. But it was ultimately Nick that ended up getting kicked off.
right. I think they got the two guys that were going to receive votes. I think Nick could have received a lot of votes because he was like a lot of the tribe members. He was kind of close to other people. So I think they did well in voting people out, like Nick out, but they can very well go back into the game, which we will talk about a little bit later. But like, now we can just talk about the resumes, Survivor resumes that people have. So obviously Tony's got a big resume. He's got the best. Like if you can play a game with these top level caliber players, he's doing a great job at it, and he's showing people how it should be done.
A freaking resume is not even what he has. It's more like a portfolio.
Right, he has that art portfolio that's like maybe like 50 pages long, and you're like just look at it, and you're like, dang, look at my
I
crap.
mean, what was that? What did they call that thing that Parvati sent him? It was the disadvantage. What do they call it?
Extortion.
Extortion. Thank you.
Yeah.
I mean, the fact that he could pull that off and still manage to keep his vote that tribal, that's crazy to me.
Yeah, that scrambling is not easy.
Easy, yeah, not at all. And then on both sides of the, like both sides of the vote, he got people to help him. That's nuts.
Yeah, that is crazy. To be honest, like it's not easy. Not easy doing that. Convincing someone to give a fire token when it's an individual game. At that point,
Exactly.
uh, it's just like a friend or a friend. Like, they don't really benefit out of it. Or I mean, at that point, maybe they thought they were in an alliance, so they did benefit from it. I don't recall.
So that was like one big thing on his resume.
Yeah, and what else? Exactly what? It was like he was gonna get a disadvantage. He was gonna
No,
get
I
it
think.
at the challenge or what? Like what was the extortion? I forget it.
Oh no, the extortion was just that if he didn't get all those fire tokens, he wouldn't be able to vote at tribal council.
Oh yeah, that's huge. Yeah, and then it would exactly. And I guess we can talk about. One thing that before we move on, that Ben, it's good for you. You don't like Ben. I'm actually not a fan of Ben, but he got a disadvantage in the last um,
Challenge.
one of the two challenges. So we
Hmm.
thought he was gonna leave, but he didn't. Both times he's Ben is slipping, so it's probably the goat to take the goat, which is it's funny that we usually refer goat as the greatest of all time, but goat in Survivor means like little coattail rider or a little guy who's the person that's not gonna get any votes at the end.
And that kind of takes me back to, I think it's Redemption Island. It was the season that Boston Rob had won. He had brought Phil to the end with him, knowing that Phil wouldn't get any votes.
Right. It's probably the same as I mean Sarah's been playing a more social game, but Ben is not doing anything. Right. He's the guy that you want to take it to the end because he's just
too aggressive. He's not very friendly.
He's very paranoid. He's just like
Yeah.
It's not he's and no one really likes players like that. I mean, it's gonna be top three, correct? Yeah, it's gonna be top three because there's gonna be three eliminations.
Yeah.
They've always
So 6-5 4 would probably be fire challenge.
Right. Yeah, that's how they're making it now. Yeah. Potentially Survivor resumes, and obviously Denise has one with, but she's up there. I mean, she took down the queen. She's playing a lot more aggressive than she ever did, and this is her second time playing, right?
Yeah.
That's crazy.
I also like besides the Sandra taking her out, the fact that she orchestrated that thing about the rice with Nick. That was pretty funny in my opinion.
Yeah, it's kind of like faking out like the tribe or like it was like a fake out to everyone. It was more like of an act, right?
Yeah, but I think for me it was just kind of interesting because I feel like, at least from my perception,
she's playing the game.
Yeah, like if I were on that island and someone's telling me they're surrendering or whatever, I wouldn't believe it for 2 seconds.
Right. So it's her and Tony playing a kind of aggressive game, and also like even Michelle's not playing. She's not giving up. Like, and I feel like everyone has like a case except Ben. Like Michelle's playing better than she did last time for sure. But she just missed like the fact like the Jeremy. I think she's playing better. I don't think she wins.
I don't think she wins either. I don't think she's made any like big moves in order to like solidify being the best of the season.
Right. I think these players will value they'll value moves, big moves, because they all are Survivor fans. It's not gonna be like who do I like more, because Tony's been playing the strategy of like not really making people feel like he wasn't the Don. He's like the undercover Don this time around. Yeah, and Sarah's been playing the social game, so it'll be interesting. Like, I definitely feel like it's Sarah or Tony.
Yeah, I think those two are some good choices.
Yeah, and I guess this leads us to because they're gonna get a sixth member, so the sixth member is it's really tough to see because it's Tyson and we saw in the last episode. Sorry about that. I just kind of adjusting myself. Tyson and Natalie were replenishing themselves with some sustenance
with the peanut butter.
Yeah. So yeah, Natalie seems like she's a beast. I haven't really watched her season, but she's definitely a fighter, and it's just really hard to predict who's gonna get back, because she has an idol. So does Boston Rob and Tyson, right?
Yes, because I believe she gave one of her idols to Tyson.
Yeah, that's actually pretty huge. That's like feels like it was a touching moment for Tyson, and because she's like has like someone has her back, like his back, basically. Like but that's kind of like what we're gonna talk about, like
yeah, okay, yeah, she has his back. That's a vote that she essentially has if she makes it to the final tribal, though.
True. And like it's just these people are creating bonds in that island, like in the Edge of Extinction. They're creating bonds. They're like suffering together, and like if you suffer together, like it's basically Like you live together, you eat together, you suffer together, and then you become friends together, right? So
Yeah,
that's all part of the. Well, I don't know what's going on right now with the cameras kind of getting a
it's a
little
part
bit
of the game. It makes sense.
right, right. So yeah, of course, I need to see if the camera's gonna be okay. It looks like we're gonna have to tackle. So yeah, basically, yeah, it just caters. You just caters to like the people on that island, right? Like you eat together, you laugh together, you breathe together, you become friends together, and it's not Survivor anymore, right?
Yeah.
At least
Um,
it doesn't really seem like it.
no, no, you're right. I think that I kind of prefer more traditional, just kind of having someone be voted out and they're gone entirely.
Yeah, I agree. I agree. That's the traditional sense. And if you're gonna do Redemption Island, then like the season that Ozzy and Coach are on, it has to be a one person thing because then people create bonds. That way, if that's the theme of the season, then it's okay. Like only one person is benefit. Like it's a battle for someone to go back into the game, not a whole collective group trying to get back into the game. But yeah, in terms of like who's gonna come back, it's really difficult to say. I'm gonna be honest, I have no clue.
I think it'll be Natalie strictly because she has three advantages going into this challenge. That's a lot.
Yeah, but it's also like if it's a physical thing, if it's a more like a stable thing, like she's also very. Oh, she does have three advantages. It's three. She has three.
Yeah, that's
Oh
three.
my, yeah, that's basically like a gimme. Wow, that's crazy. Like but that's like that's not fair because it gives like really like this whole setup. It's like really not fair. Like if you're gonna do like a collective Redemption Island, a collective group of people going to Redemption Island, the cutoff should be a lot sooner. A lot like the cutoff should be like at 8 or 9 or 10. You know, like when
Well,
Tyson
my
got
thing is,
when Tyson got in, I think that should be it. No one should go back. You know, nobody should be able to
my
go back.
my thing is, I understand she has all these fire tokens. She shouldn't be able to use all of them or as many as three advantages. They should limit it to just one.
Yeah, I wonder what it is. Maybe it's like one of those ball challenges, like that I don't know if it's like, but maybe like when people hold like the thing like this, they hold like it'll be difficult even if like if you're either good at the challenge or not. Like you can mess up so many times, but three advantages is too much.
Yeah, that's a lot.
Yeah, so now it's kind of like it's like either Natalie or whoever has an advantage. I think I'm not too sure. Boston Rob does, but like it just makes the end game seem kind of like not lackluster. Just like it doesn't seem, makes it seem legit. Like it makes it seem like dang, like I get to win back in my game and if I go all the way, I get a chance to win $1 million. Nah, it should be like in mid season, and that's it. Like no more collect. Everybody else go to the jury.
Man, I was really rooting for Queen Parvati to win.
Yeah, well, it is. Poverty is poor. She's. It's crazy. It's kind of like this is the coach signal.
Like they took out all of the like old school players. I wanted to see them play at least a little bit.
Yeah, I mean, it is what it is. I mean, that's just how it is. Like it's just a new era of Survivor. The old school just can't. And Yo was doing so well. He
He
just kind
was,
of
he was doing good.
and then he just kind of swayed one little mistake and boom. Yo had the he had what it. I think out of the old school players, he had what he just has the mindset of Survivor. You know, like how to he knows how to read people. He knows how to be analytical. And even though I don't even think he's really been watching Survivor. Maybe he has. I think he's really good at like interacting with people and just
I think he's good at adapting.
adapting as well. Yeah, and that's
Yeah.
something that maybe in real life he's good at as well. Um, so I don't think Edge is legit, and it's just kind of like it makes like a great season. Like the fire tokens were cool. It makes it like it just like we discussed previously. It just makes this like a lot seem like reality TV, and it kind of takes the Survivor essence out of it and the elimination essence out of it. And I hope like if they do this, they should just cut it at like mid season. Like you can't get back after mid season. After that, you're in the jury, and that's it. One shot, that's it. Or just like not do it at all. But like I think eventually they'll uh they'll realize that.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think it'll last forever. At least I hope it doesn't.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, I do too. I enjoy the other seasons a lot more. All right, so let's go to the winner prediction. The returnees, it can be anybody, but Natalie has a great shot. Let's talk about the winner prediction. I want Tony to win. I think if anybody deserves it, it's Tony. I would hate. I just it's just so unpredictable. I feel like people can bring like Denise wants Denise, Ben, and Sarah, and I think they're Sarah and Denise have a good option. I think Denise has a good shot as well against Sarah. I don't
I
know. I
think
just
so too.
yeah, it's just but like Sarah's just been a lot more social this game, and she's been a lot more likable. So she's just actually being like like a human being as opposed to like when we were discussing before the podcast started that I felt like Sarah was like just like you ask her questions, she was like look like really dumb. She was like what like huh, and it just kind of like robotic too, just like huh yeah, or like just like no emotion, and that's why I was so surprised that she won. But it was great that she came back and like she won in a great fashion. She made a big move. She's definitely like one of the top like winners. Because you got to be like a great winner to win in a season of full of great players, game changers. But yeah,
So your prediction is Sarah.
no, I want Tony. We said this the last time too. Uh, I would be content with Tony, Sarah, or Denise winning. I would not be content for the Survivor returning to win at all. Doesn't matter who it is.
Yeah, I kind of agree. As much as I want Parvati or Yul to come back, first off, I don't think any of them will. I think it'll probably be Natalie. But
Right.
given the people that are left, I have to go with Tony. Like, if he's doing this well, he knows what he's doing. He probably knows his back is against the wall. He needs to win immunity or he's going to get kicked out. And I think he's aware of that. And
Yeah.
you never know. Maybe there will be an idol somewhere in this finale or an advantage or something hidden. I don't know.
Right. Yeah, it's we're waiting for it. It's we're anticipating it's gonna be a great show. 3 hours. I mean, less than that, but it's always like that. It's like 3 hours, but it's not. It's like 2 hours and 15 minutes or whatever. 2 hours, whatever it is, and then it's like $1 million, but not $1 million. Everybody gets cut.
And like, I'm curious, given like, in light of recent events, they haven't filmed season 41 yet. So, will we see what the new theme is? We don't really know.
Yeah, it's gonna be a Zoom Survivor finale. That too. It's gonna be very strange, but
That's right. Yeah,
and
it will be.
the production value is gonna has guys it's still gonna be up there. Like yeah, sometimes the webcams though I'm questioning these people that have $1 million and they don't have good webcams. I'm like, come on, get yourself a good webcam. Like, come on, man. Sophie, I'm calling you out. You won $1 million. You should have a good webcam. Like for real.
I liked Sophie. I wouldn't have minded if she was still in the game, but
Yeah, she was playing really well. Unfortunately, she got like really, really blindsided. That was like a unforeseen one, and
That's because she got too comfortable in her position.
yeah, she did. But yeah, like even like I said, like when Nick Devins got beat out on that fire making challenge, and that was a great move. The one of the best moves I've seen. I don't think he should have won. Still, to be honest, I don't remember the guy's name
Yeah,
right now.
because he came he came kind of late, didn't he?
Yeah, but he was also in Redemption Island a lot. It seems like that's like gonna be like Natalie kind of, but he did great. Like I think he did like that was a great move. That's a big move, and from the time that he was in there, he played the game pretty hard. So I mean, I thought he was a good winner. Not, I don't know, he deserved it, and he was a good winner. I mean, he deserved it because I think he was a good player, and he adapted and all that stuff. But like I feel like if you would have got him voted now, he would have never been seen again, like in a regular season. So.
Which we don't know. Like next season, will it be a mix of like new players and old players? Will it be only new people?
Yeah, I mean, I guess we'll find out tomorrow. So yeah, we'll tune in, guys, and yeah, that was a good. You're going for Tony. I go for Tony as well, and if not Tony, I think Sarah, and I just don't like. Look, Yule comes back, Boston Rob comes back. I'm saying no to all of them. They just didn't play the game.
Come on, bring back Queen Parvati.
Poverty comes in. It's just so awkward. It just at this point it just seems so awkward. Bring back someone at 6.
Bring back Parvati and James.
Yeah, oh goddamn. Jesus, Poverty and James, he got the little romance thing that they have. which if Anthony thinks. All right, but yeah, guys, thanks for watching, and yeah, the winner of Survivor or 40 is gonna be Poverty and James. Just kidding. No, it's gonna be a.
But stay tuned because we will do another podcast episode after the finale as well.
Yeah, we'll be way better on track. It's just we kind of at least personally, we were kind of both busy, and at least personally, I was very disappointed in that episode. I was the first time that I've been on my phone when watching that episode. There's a lot of filler, so yeah, we'll have something coming out way quicker this time around.
Definitely.
But yeah, guys, thanks for tuning in, and we'll see you next time.
Peace. Okay, we